Welcome to another episode of the Sound the Alarm podcast. I'm your host, Stephen Michael, here with Big John, and on today's episode, we're going to be talking about the NBA expansion, an all-time record sale for a Michael Jordan trading card, and so much more.
All right, so the other day, Adam Silver held a press conference, talked about the NBA going through expansion. Number one, do you like that? And number two, if you had to pick, where would you put an NBA team?
I think it's healthy. I think we do need it. I would love to see some different teams. I think Vegas is the number one spot that I'm thinking off the top of my head.
Everything else is moving there. Might as well.
Yeah, like we went to a Raiders game, and it was crazy.
That was fun.
Crazy environment, and I think there's just so much potential, so much you could do with a team, an MLB team especially. And plus, they do summer ball there already anyways, so it's already happening. I just think it makes the most sense.
Imagine like the opportunities to integrate gambling into the games, like people sitting in their seats, punching kiosks while the game's going on, putting in bets, stuff like that.
Yeah, it would be insane.
Yeah, you'd catch more MLB players gambling on their teams, stuff like that. You know, they'll get thrown out, but it would be pretty good.
Yeah.
What's the over under? The A's go to Vegas. Over under 2.5 players banned in the first 5 years.
I don't know, man. I think my gut tells me right now there's so many more players about to get outed for gambling that aren't in Vegas. Like,
I feel like there has to be a big name too. Like Ohtani skated through. I feel like someone big's going down.
I don't know. I feel like it's not the big guys.
You don't think
they
any
don't
big
need
guys?
to gamble. They don't care.
It doesn't matter about need. It's about want.
There's gonna be a lot. Not like this scrub guy on the Pirates that got caught, or Padres, whatever team he was on.
Padres, yeah.
There's gonna be like mid-tier guys that are good, that are on rookie contracts still. That you're gonna be like, oh my god, like an Ellie De La Cruz.
Stop! Don't say
like
that.
something like that. It's gonna be like a name like that. Not him, but somebody of that caliber.
Like Wyatt Langford could get popped.
Yeah, I don't know about. It's gonna be somebody that's so good, and they just don't have the money yet from endorsements necessarily. That you're just like, oh my god, this guy's just got banned for life, and he was like a Julio Rodriguez type guy, you know. It's just I don't know what his situation is as far as what he's getting paid, but like somebody of that caliber,
I think he's doing all right.
yeah. But you get what I'm saying. Like,
I wonder if it'll be one of the Braves guys, because Braves always somehow lock up people on like these team-friendly contracts. Somebody has to snap at some point and be like, dude, I'm locked in for 10 years. I should have been
like
getting
Albies.
I should have been getting triple the amount of money.
Albies
I'm
getting
gambling
like 30 mil for 8 years.
something like
Yeah.
crazy, yeah.
That could happen.
Yeah, maybe Albies is done.
Like, that's a perfect
Yeah, all right.
person.
You guys heard it. Ozzy Albies, he's the next one going down.
I wouldn't be shocked. I'll say that much.
Sorry, Ozzy. All right, so recently we had a monster sale of a basketball card, $2.9 million. One of the GOATs, not talking about LeBron, Michael Jordan, 2.9 mil, 03-04 Ultimate Collection, Logoman Auto. It was the fourth highest sold, like I said, behind Luka, Steph, and LeBron. What do you think about that?
I mean, it makes sense, right? For modern cards, I think you can make an argument this is the best modern card ever produced. First year Logoman, best player ever in the NBA. It's his best card, aside from what? PSA 10 Fleer, PSA 10 Star. Like, there's many of those out there.
Yeah, there's so many Fleers. This is the most unique.
It's like the one of one. I'm not surprised by the sale. What I am surprised at is that it didn't do more than it did. Like, I feel like it should have surpassed all modern card sales.
Well, all right. Well, the difference obviously is that it's not a rookie. So I was going to ask you, if you just slapped that little rookie logo on there, what does it do? 2.9 to what if it was a rookie? Same exact card, just was a rookie.
I mean,
10?
I don't think. See, it's weird because it's like the first Bowman Pete Rose. Like, I don't think that matters. If it's like
No, I'm saying
produced,
produced
in the
rookie year.
80s.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's 20 million. I think it's. You can't even put a price on it because it might be worth 5 million and two people want it so bad it goes for 40.
Yeah,
you know,
it could.
So it's like you can't, that type of thing you can't put a price on. Luka, you can kind of, right? You could compare him to others.
Right.
Same with LeBron. Jordan, in a lot of people's opinions, including mine, is the best to ever play the game. Mm-hmm. So it's like,
yeah, you would price LeBron though based off of Jordan if they had the same cards.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So I think there is no price you could really put on it. I'm surprised at the sale. I do think it should have gone for more than like the Steph, more than the Luka, because he's already done it. And yes, that's their greatest card. That's their RPA. But this is like his first Logo Man.
Yeah.
And it's the most iconic card. Logo Man is the most iconic basketball card. It far exceeds the Black Prism Finites.
Right.
So, like, I don't know. I had the number 5 in my head. Maybe more, but I was
All right,
wrong.
so if you can find the guy out there who paid 2.9, make him an offer. Maybe it's a steal. Maybe Steve's saying it's 5. So there's some wiggle room for you.
It could be.
Imagine flipping that.
I mean, yeah, at 100% markup, that would be insane. But I do think that it is low. The market's down, right?
Yeah, it was a tougher time to sell that.
The problem is you didn't have two big enough whales battling it out. So that's a golden problem, not a market problem, in my opinion. I think that like
crazy
there's
that-
people out there that don't care about the money. Like they have
Right.
200 million. So whether they spend 4, whether they spend 8, it doesn't matter to them. They want the card. The right people, in my opinion, didn't see it because that card should have gone for
It's
more.
crazy the industry that we're talking about, how we're casually talking about $2.9 million being too low.
Yeah. I mean, for what it is, because now that card's never going to surface again. That's the thing. So it's like, if you're a true diehard collector, money doesn't matter to you, you're going to do everything in your power to get that card because you know it's not going to touch the day of light again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or light of day, whatever. So, like, that's why I think that 5 number is realistic, but clearly not in today's market.
All right, so AI obviously taking over the world. I'm talking about artificial intelligence, not Allen Iverson, the answer. How do you feel, what kind of place does it have in the card industry? You know, it has apps like Collects where it's using AI to value collections right on the spot. That helps people buying, people selling at shows. How do you feel about AI in the card industry?
I think it's good. It's helpful. You just have to, you can't. I equate it to like a Tesla, like the self-driving Teslas. Like I would never fall asleep in that car, even though like supposedly it's gonna get you to the place. So it's like you gotta do some homework, because it can't be accurate all the time. Like there's gonna be some flaws in it. So I would definitely,
Use it as a
lean
guide.
in
Yeah.
on those apps, like Collects, but I wouldn't take it as like the Bible. I would do my due diligence, double check, especially if valuing a collection, especially my own. I'm gonna want to check Card Ladder. I'm gonna want to check eBay. I'm gonna want to check TerraPeak. I'm gonna want to check all these different avenues
Yeah.
to really get a number. But it's good like on the fly. Like if you don't really, you're just like, hey, what's this card worth? To get an idea.
Yeah, it's a good foundation.
Yeah.
Like you said, kind of take it with a grain of salt, use it to maybe as a basis, but there's a lot of other factors going. Emotion goes into it, rarity, right? Just because, you can get in trouble if a card, if it brings up the most recent comps, and that's the only way you're using to value your cards. Well, what happens if it's a rare card and since the last sale, something major has happened with that player? That comp's not going to be accurate or won't be indicative of what the next sale should be.
Yeah, there's so much you have to take into account. So much. It's like anything though, like any type of market, there's so many things that affect it. That in a bubble, yes, in a vacuum, yes, it may be worth X, but then when you take all the external factors and you bring them into play, AI could only do so much. Even like grading, like with the AI grading, how do you AI grade a vintage card? How do you know how much is too much wrinkle? How much wear is too much wear on a corner? Like
At the end of the day, it would be a human being setting that parameter, right?
Exactly.
So you're kind of back where you started.
yeah, so I think AI is nice, useful, but you need to know how to use it and when to use it and how much to use it. And now on to the hit of the week, sponsored by Blue Chew. Is your significant other tired of getting packages delivered to their home? Well, maybe it's time you get them a package they actually want. Visit BlueChew.com and use promo code FILTHY to get your first month free.
All right, so on this week, the hit of the week is actually more like the hit of the day. Bowman Sapphire released today as we're taping this. What did you pull?
Only a Brock Wilken Sapphire Selections 1-of-1 Superfractor.
Only tough guy over here. All right.
I think, you had to pass the torch over here at some point, and you did. So
No,
thank
there's
you.
no passing.
Thank you so much.
Scores 2-1. Scores 2-1, and it's questionable. I'm gonna let you have that one so you feel good. But
It's a big card. I mean, it's like 1,500 to 2K probably, in my opinion. So I mean, that's. Did you pull 1,500 to 2K? I don't think so.
there's too many.
There's
too
not
I
many
can't
of those.
There's so many. Like my Rolodex right now is going like this.
It's
I can't
hard.
even remember how many.
It's very hard to, it's tough. So I'd really like to say thank you for passing it over this week. And I think, Sapphire is going to continue to bring cards in the
Sapphire.
four-figure range because there's just so many Superfractors with Sapphire selections, red autos of guys like Dylan Cruz, Walker Jenkins. You have the 101 Papas. There's going to be numerous one-of-ones that come out between now and the next time we tape that this card is going to be peanuts compared to what we most likely are going to find.
Right. I absolutely love Sapphire from a product standpoint. I just wish the one-of-one, Big Papa, whatever it's called, if they move that to black, I think it would honestly double the value of those. The black to 10s are the nicest cards in there.
They are.
Instead of making those to 10, if they just changed the 101 to black, I think it would have doubled the value of all the 101s.
I think it's so tough to do right now because they doubled down. And there's already been, what, was 17 or 17 was the first year of Sapphire, I think. But there's been now 7 years where the 101 was pink. And they've already added a black in number to 10.
Right.
That it's not like you could just be like, all right, we're replacing this with this because it already exists.
Right. Now that the black's out, I agree you couldn't do it. I'm saying if you were going to introduce the black, make it the 101.
I know.
You could have, well, you can't really move the pink to 10, but you could have done another color to 10. A black 101 would just go so hard.
That's the one thing that haunts me with tops. Like that pink color is, like, in my opinion, not even like that nice.
No.
It's like a faded red, so it's like
right.
you could have just had like a black just pop, because like every color is nicer than the Papa, in my opinion. So I think that's why the market shows too. The Papas don't really sell compared to what other 101s do.
Right. They lag.
They definitely lag. So it would take like not putting Sapphire out 1 year in order to make that change, So like it's just gone. And then when you come back out rebooted, then the black is the 101 and the pink is gone.
Yeah.
Join our Discord where we've been on absolute fire the entire year. And the best part is it's absolutely free. BuiltBombBets.com to get in on the action today.
All right, so let's get into the best bet of the week. I personally had a rough go of it. June, the first day of June, I lost 19 units. I've since recovered, had back-to-back 3-unit days.
Oh, that hurts.
And I'm just, fighting and clawing. So my goal is to get it back by the end of June, get back those original 19 units, plus some more. But in, sports betting, when you try to get it all back at once, that's when you get even more crushed. So you got to just take it easy. John, though, we were talking, he had a pretty good future bet for the bet of the week. Why don't you share?
Yeah, so it is a future bet. It's the AL Rookie of the Year, which unfortunately you can't bet everywhere. So if you're able to bet it, I like this play. I like Wyatt Langford. There's a lot of different values out there depending on where you look. The one that I looked at, he was plus 1,800. I know a lot of people I spoke with said that he was even higher other places, but right now the favorite is Luis Heel. I love Luis Heel. I'm a Yankee fan. He's been a stud. Let's all be honest, he's not winning the award. He's not going to get the innings. He didn't even pitch last year. Even if he does somehow get the innings, I don't think the performance sustains like this.
They're already starting to pull him back.
Yeah,
Like last game,
to.
he was pitching a gem and they stopped him at 80.
Right, you have to.
Yeah.
He's great. He's not winning the Rookie of the Year. So, all right, let's go to the 2 spot. Mason Miller. Dude, Mason Miller's been probably the best pitcher I've ever seen in my life so far.
Has a closer ever won Rookie of the Year?
I don't know if they ever have, but that's the reason why I'm not picking him. He's been the best pitcher I think I've ever seen, besides like the 1 year of DeGrom, and he's behind Luis Heel. He's like plus 300, while Luis Heel's minus money. So you pitch that good, and you can't even be ahead of Luis Heel. Closer's not winning it. After Mason Miller, Willie Abreu. He doesn't excite anyone. He just hit the IL. Nothing else to be said. Next. Behind him was Colton Cowser at around plus 850, who I actually think is the threat to Wyatt Langford. We saw how hot Cowser could be. He's cooled off a lot. I think it's a wide open race, and you're giving me the preseason favorite at plus 1,800 or plus 2,000, whatever he is right now, I'm taking it.
You know what a sneaky play would be?
Who?
Hear me out.
Oh, God.
What about J-Dom at plus 6,000?
You know what? In our Discord, filthbombets.com, after I posted this about Langford, I did put under it, I'd even put a sprinkle of J-Dom. He was at 6,600, so I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think I would, like, and the only way it happens is he gets called up due to injury, right? Stanton gets hurt. And we've seen it before. Players come up and they hit 10 home runs in a month.
Look, Cody Bellinger came up and set the
Shane
world on fire.
Spencer. So it's like,
Acuna did it.
he could do it.
Yeah.
Carry it over, finish the season with 20 home runs, batting 285, 50 RBIs, 40 RBIs.
I think he'd have to do better than that to win.
I don't know, because Langford, what is his counting stats? He might finish with those numbers.
He might, but I think they
And being a
finished better than that.
Yankee?
But yeah, I mean, Ellie did the same thing last year. Remember when he came up and was setting the world on fire? Everyone was like, "Hey, he has an outside shot here at Rookie of the Year." So it could happen.
Yeah, I mean, but
Obviously, it's unlikely. That's why the odds are such. But if you're taking really long shots, I'm with you. I don't mind J-Dom. All right, so final thoughts, Steve. Last thing I want to talk about, NBA Finals. Right? We can't have a podcast without talking about the NBA Finals. We made predictions before it started. I'm on the Maverick side. You're on the Celtics side. Game 1, Celtics washed them. What was it, I think 18 points they won by?
yeah, it wasn't close.
So, granted it was home. Celtics did what they have to do. They protected home court. But how much more confident are you feeling now? Did you see anything that made you feel even better, or were you just like, nah, that's what I expected?
I was thinking 5. It might be 4. Like,
No.
Stop. I was thinking
Don't get crazy now.
I was thinking 5. I don't know, man. The Celtics, when they're clicking, are so much better than when the Mavs are clicking. And I think Porzingis is the X factor.
He was good.
He was
good.
you don't talk about him, right? It's like Tatum, Brown. And that's like, oh yeah, Porzingis. Like, he was literally a stud at one point and just injuries derailed his career. But like, if he's clicking, that's your number 3.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. I think of series like the T-Wolves and Nuggets, how everyone's like, oh my God, the Timberwolves, the first 2 games, they can't be beat. And then look what happened, right?
Yeah.
Let's not overreact. Granted, they won the series, but the Nuggets obviously came way back. But so let's not overreact, I think, to one game. The Celtics won, whether it was 2 points or 18 points. It's one win in the W column. I'm not too worried if I'm the Mavericks.
I just think they're
one game.
far better team. Mavs are talented. They need to win a ship this year. Otherwise, I think it's going to be tough sledding for Luka in the future. They got a lucky ride to the finals here. Denver was eliminated. They didn't have to face Denver. He's got to do it this year. I think he knows he's got to do it this year. Kyrie's a loose cannon. Like, he could be gone next year for all we know.
It's funny you say this year. Did you hear what LeBron said about Kyrie? He said that he missed being his teammate. He's like, I miss being Kyrie's teammate. So, it, of course, started so much speculation about LeBron going to the Mavericks drafting Bronny, all that type of stuff. Imagine if LeBron joined them. LeBron, Kyrie.
Yeah, that's not, like, something has to happen. Like, their role players are good. They're meshing at an all-time high right now. If nothing comes from this season, the only way they have a shot of winning is they make a change. You bring a third piece in. And, like, do they have the pieces? Do they have the cap? All that stuff to make that happen. And then we've seen it happen. You bring the third piece in, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to click.
Yeah, I don't know if he would necessarily click. That's a lot of people that need the ball in their hands.
So I just think Boston, easy road, better team. They weren't really tested. They're rested. And this is it. Like they're licking their chops. And game 1 showed it. Like, they were so ready. That was it. They scraped them. And I wouldn't be surprised if game 2 is the same way. Game 3, they beat them by like 10 at home in Dallas. And they just ended there. I would not be surprised. Maybe Dallas wins the game 4.
I'd be surprised.
But I think that, man, from what I saw, it's just, varsity versus JV right now. And Yes, things could change from game to game, but woo, they looked a lot.
looked good?
They looked just as good as they look bad. All right, so that does it for another episode of the Sound the Alarm podcast. Thank you for tuning in yet again. We really appreciate your support. Make sure you get us in the Discord, philbombets.com. Come check us out. Come get in on the action. And until the next podcast, till the next break, Case Boxer Pack, we're signing off saying, sayonara, bro, Tani's. Catch you on the flip side. Make it a filthy one.